Hi, my name's Matt. Ryan told me to write a devotion, so that's what I did. Throughout the years of being a Christian, I never really took it as seriously as I am now. Being in ULA and volunteering to be a young leader for the church is something I never would have expected. I am proud to say I am part of this program because it has guided my Christian life for the better. I've always tried to handle things on my own, and even sometimes it would work, and sometimes it would just make my situation even worse. I took difficult situations head on, and I would not let God play any part of those situations. Being a military kid, I have always gone through multiple moves and learned to deal with the thoughts of not having any friends or any place I can feel comfortable, because it's always new and it's always new and unknown to me. Even moving here, I was scared that I wouldn't have any good friends or family, but now I am so blessed to say that I have all of you, and I'm so blessed to say that I'm going to this church. Proverbs 3:5-6 is a verse that has taught me how to have a good relationship with my problems instead of putting them away and having vast amounts of stress and anxiety on myself. The verse states, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight." Trusting in God when you can't see or hear him physically may seem absurd and out of the ordinary for many people, but to many Christians it's a part of our everyday life. I personally did not do this as often as I should, and I did not put my worries in God's hands when I should have. And the reason is that it's hard for many of us. It's very hard. Submitting to a higher power may sound crazy and absurd to you, and I've struggled with the thought of putting all my worries into God's hands. But by doing so, I have experienced his light, his love, and his goodness in my life like never before. By taking God's hands, it has kept me out of the dark and out of the hands of Satan, whose wrath will lead you to suffer. I have been in the dark where I have given into temptations of sin, and I have felt shame and disappointment in myself for extended periods of times. But when I took the word of God, when I trusted him and took his hand, I felt all the discomfort with myself go away. I let those past decisions and past actions in the dark with him because I realized that none of those things even mattered, and I don't have to let them affect my thoughts. I used to stress out with relationships, school, dumb decisions, and other problems that I had, and I would have panic attacks or just feel drained by the end of the day because of how much I put on myself. While reading Proverbs chapter 3, there is a verse that states, "Do not be wise in your own eyes." I read this repeatedly and I realized it means I should not go through life with my own thoughts without God because it is not wise. Going through life with your own knowledge because you think you are wise will more than likely cause you to make the wrong decision and lead you dealing with the consequences of your actions. I have learned to repeat this phrase whenever I'm having a difficult decision to make. Would I do this if Jesus was with me? If my mom, if my dad, or coach or principal was there? Repeatedly doing this has led me to make wiser decisions and has kept me away from all the poor consequences that I used to deal with, like being grounded or dealing with anxiety or being suspended. Putting my trust in God has brought me to realize that living without his guidance is a life I do not want to live with anymore. And neither do you, if you would put your faith and trust in God too.